So I have been using my Samsung S22 Ultra for about a year now, and I use it every single day and I absolutely love it. However, there are a couple areas where it does fall short, so stay tuned because in this video I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons when it comes to this phone and whether or not you should go ahead and get it in 2023. Anyways, let's get right into it. What's happening YouTube? Caesar Rendon here and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Anyways, the way I'm going to start this video off is talking about the pros first and then kind of mixing in the cons a little bit on the way. Now, the first thing I want to talk about that is a major pro for me has to be the durability. One thing I've noticed is with the back right here and even the front, I have dropped this phone so many times and I'm either not using a case or if I am using a case, it's gonna be something like this, something very, very slim because I like to keep the shape of the phone slimmed down so it's not too bulky in my pocket. Now, within the first year of me using it and me dropping it a lot, it looks brand spanking new. The only wear and tear I could kind of see is in this corner right here. You see a little bit of peeling. The color's kind of gone. It's more of like a silver color for the most part. But I mean, everything still looks beautiful. The sides look amazing. The back still looks good. I've dropped this on the front. I've dropped this on the back. And honestly, no scratches, no cracks, no anything. This phone is very durable. Like I said, there is a little chip on the side, but everything else still looks perfect. And that's something you can hardly even notice. Now, one of the main things I love about this phone after a year that still wows me to this day has to be the camera. It is super sharp. The colors are super vibrant. The amount you can zoom in, everything just looks beautiful. Whether you take pictures in the morning, whether you take pictures at night, everything looks beautiful. And I'm talking about these back cameras. The selfie camera is pretty decent, but when it comes to the cameras on the back, whether it's taking pictures or even filming, it looks stunning. Most of the videos I do, all the B-rolls come from this camera right here. And I'm just gonna take a picture of something just so you could see how amazing and vibrant this looks. I'm gonna take a picture of BD1 over here. Now, something else I love that Samsung did is add a lot of amazing editing tools. So they have these remaster picture function, which is by far phenomenal. It literally sharpens up the pictures, makes the colors a little bit more vibrant, and it just looks amazing. So if you see, shows you a little before and after, and there's slight changes. As you see, like a little sharper, you can go ahead and save that. Now, besides the remastering of the picture, something else they added, which I love, has to be the object eraser tool. Now, as you can see, I just took this picture and I do have it on object erase mode. So if I did want to take out, like let's say I want to take out baby Grogu right here, all I got to do is circle him a little bit. And let's see if it does a good job on taking him out. Boom, he's gone. So if I did want to erase him, I could definitely take him out like that. It isn't the best. I feel like whenever you do use this feature, you have to be super accurate. And that is where the S Pen comes in. And now the S Pen is something I absolutely love about this phone. Some people hate it, some people love it. I use the S Pen all the time, whether it comes to notes, whether it comes to video editing, or especially that object removing tool, because whenever you want to remove an object, you have to be extremely accurate. So I get the pen and I just go around the object and it erases it completely and it looks amazing. So whenever it comes to this camera, whenever it takes pictures, like I said, everything is super crisp and clear and it just looks stunning. No matter which camera you use, which lens it is, everything is going to come out looking great, except for the 100x zoom. That's a little much. I mean, it looks good for 100x zoom, but honestly, I don't think you're gonna be needing it that much. Now, something else about this camera I love has to do with the videos. Now, you do have a couple options, which is something called director's view, which is something that I'm gonna show you right now. So another thing I love about this phone is the fact that I can use this feature called Director's Cut. So especially if you're very into vlogging and things like that, you could go ahead and use this. And as you can see, the camera stabilization is so good when it comes to the rear cam. My hand is not the sturdiest. I'm actually shaking a little bit right now, but it looks good. You can't see the shaking. And especially while you're using this feature, you can switch through cameras as well. So you could go do that zoom, or you could do the ultra wide lens. You can do whatever you want, and this feature I think is amazing and something that's super underrated, especially for people who just want to start out with YouTube or vlogging in general. So that is one of the main reasons why I love this phone. If you're somebody who's a content creator or loves to edit videos, pictures, or things like that, this camera will not disappoint you. Now that the new S23 Ultra came out, I have seen this phone for as low as like $759. So I highly recommend this, especially if you need a great camera. This phone is gonna last you a long time and it's gonna be fantastic. Now, something else I absolutely love about this phone is the fact that the brightness is so bright. Even in the summertime with the sun beaming down, I can still see the screen very, very well. And I don't really have to worry about like squinting my eyes, putting my hand over my phone to see what messages I got. It looks good no matter what. However, the screen brightness and little things like that will affect the battery life. So just keep that in mind. And that's another pro I want to talk about, the battery life. When it comes to the battery life, honestly, I think it is amazing. I've seen a couple reviews say that it's not the best on the market, but personally, I have had no problems with it. Usually, if I do see my phone's getting around 10 or 15%, I'll put it on the charger for 20 minutes and then it'll boost back up to like 35 or 40%, and that'll last me a very long time. Usually my phone lasts me about a day, maybe a little longer, but depends how much you use it, depends on all your features and all that good stuff. But I haven't had any problems with the battery at all, and I love this phone. Now, one of the main issues I have with this phone has to be the storage. Now, I went ahead and I got the 128 gig version because when it first came out, that was the cheapest option. And I was like, you know what? Let me get it. And that was a terrible mistake. The videos are so good and so detailed that it takes up so much space in the phone. So I find myself having to delete pictures and videos all the time. Granted, they are backed up on like OneDrive or Google Cloud, but the fact that I have to keep doing that, or the fact that I'll be at a game and worried about how much time I have left on a certain video or picture, kind of sucks. So if you do get this phone, I do suggest get the 256 version or the 512 gigabyte version. So pay a couple extra dollars to get more storage because you will definitely use it. And that also leads to my next thing that I really don't like about it, and that's the fact that it doesn't have any sort of like micro SD card or expandable storage. And call me old school, but I actually really utilize that on the older models of this phone. I had the Samsung Note 10 Plus, and that was by far my favorite phone because yes, the camera was good for its time, but the fact that I could put in a 256 gig storage card, micro SD card, and I could call it a day and use that forever, it was amazing. So those are the cons when it comes to this phone, but overall, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. And in 2023, I definitely think you should get this phone. The cameras are amazing. If you're a content creator, the editing tools and the cameras and everything on this phone will be perfect for you. Or if you're somebody who just likes to sit back, watch YouTube, Netflix, or something like that, this screen is big enough to make your videos and movies look amazing. Not only is the brightness gonna make that picture and colors look very vibrant, but overall, this phone is fantastic. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, I highly recommend you should. I did leave a link in the description. If you wanna get one, just click on that and then you can go ahead and get one of these from Amazon. But it is by far one of the best phones, if not the best phone I have ever had in my life. And Samsung did an amazing job on it. But if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you have the S22 Ultra and came across some things like cons or pros that I didn't mention, leave them down below too, because I want to hear how your experience has been as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.